Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And today, the Seattle Seahawks have traded away Sam Howell to the Minnesota Vikings. I can't say I'm surprised about this trade. Maybe that the Vikings made a move for him, but I'm not surprised at all that Seattle's moving Sam Howell, especially after last night with the Jalen Milroe pick. Honestly, at first, I was thinking when they selected Jalen Milroe, honestly, my first thought process was, why would they do that? They have Darnold, and their two backups are Drew Lock and Sam Howell. But then ultimately thinking about it, you draft Jalen Milroe, maybe that means now you're going to see Sam Howell traded. Like you're not gonna move Drew Lock. They just signed him a couple weeks ago, and honestly, I like Sam Howell, but I think Drew Lock is a better backup to have over Sam Howell. Jalen Milroe's not going anywhere. He just got drafted in the third round. And of course, Sam Darnold's not going anywhere, and they're not going to have four good quarterbacks on the roster. I mean, they're not, who are they? The Cleveland Browns? Look, I don't think the Cleveland Browns have a really amazing starter, but let's be honest, they have five quarterbacks on the roster. Deshaun doesn't really count because he's injured, but the Browns have, you've got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. There's no need, what are you gonna? I don't think there was any team last year that had four quarterbacks. There were some teams that didn't even have three, but there were no teams last year that had, I don't think, or at least since I've been watching football since 2017, that have ever had four quarterbacks on their 53-man roster. So who's gonna get cut? It's not going to be Dylan Gabriel. They're not going to cut a third-round pick. It's not going to be Joe Flacco. I would doubt it'd be Kenny Pickett. And what do you do if you cut Shedeur Sanders? That's just a waste of a fifth-round pick, unless Shedeur Sanders re-signs on the practice squad, or I guess the Browns just keep four quarterbacks on the roster, which is a lot. That's a waste of a roster spot because you normally have two or three, but. Enough of the Browns. The reason that's why I brought them up. You're not going to have four quarterbacks on the roster, and so I wasn't surprised that Seattle let him go. And Minnesota, I think it makes sense. Minnesota in need of a backup quarterback. JJ McCarthy's going into his starting year, and with Sam Darnold, funny enough, in Seattle, and I like Brett Rippon. He's a solid QB. I think he's a solid QB3 to have if anything happens to Howell or McCarthy. But he's not a good backup quarterback to have. Sam Howell is a guy that has starting experience, being a starter for the whole season in 2023. Washington has one start in 2022. Played two games last year, throwing 5 for 14, 24 passing yards. Didn't play that much last year, but in 2023 he did throw 388 for 612. Almost 4,000 passing yards and 21 passing touchdowns in his first starting year. Here's just for instance, Brett Rippon has been in the league for 4 seasons. He's been in the league since 2020. That is 4 seasons he's been in the league for, which is, one more. Wait, sorry. No, because he did not play this year in 2024. He's been in the NFL for 5 seasons. That is 2 more seasons that Sam Howell has been in the league. And even though he's been in the league 2 more years than Sam Howell has, Sam Howell still has 14 more starts than him. So Sam Howell is the more experienced quarterback when it comes to starting and playing. And so he's a good backup quarterback for this Minnesota Vikings team to add in. I like this. And what did Minnesota have to give up? It was a 5th round swap, 172 in Sam Howell to Minnesota, 142 to Seattle. And so you saw Seattle jump up 30 spots by sending Sam Howell to Minnesota, and Minnesota gets their backup QB now. So I like this trade for Minnesota, and I don't think this is that bad of a trade for Seattle either. You trade up 30 spots. You didn't need Howell anymore with re-signing Drew Lock, drafting Jalen Milroe. So I think this was a good trade for both teams. Were played a role in this trade. And now Seattle and Minnesota have swapped quarterbacks again. You saw Sam Darnold go from Minnesota to Seattle. Now Sam Howell from Seattle to Minnesota. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.